liberalization.
Practice has shown that liberalization does not mean better living standards, nor does it refer to the promotion of gender equity, as I've said in the beginning. And we have already a lot of experience in observing this because many African countries have implemented structural adjustment programs, and we have seen and experienced that women have borne the brunt of adjustment. Often small projects and programs aimed at gender mainstreaming and improving the livelihood of a group of women have proved unable to address the fundamental challenges underlining the exclusion of women in national and international socio-economic policies. And we think that there is still not only a missing link between development and trade, but there is a missing link between trade development and gender equality. And this is based on the continued assumption that trade and investment policies in Africa will automatically trickle down effects equitably between men and women. And then this is what we disagree with. Many prevailing trade theories continue to presume that women will benefit quite substantially from trade through employment creation on the one hand and increased income or income in cash income. There seems to be a greater concentration of female workers in the developing industrial and service sectors that are engaged into trade. But what we see is that there is poor quality of employment, and the fact that women face highly volatile, hazardous, unregulated, and exploitative working conditions. So all this is very significant, and also of significance are the other inequities that characterize women's involvement in the trading sector. We're talking about trade here, which include, and this is very important, women's lack of access to ownership of production resources. And we talk here about land and about capital. We talk also of gender-based segregation. We talk of educational disparities. And we are talking about also the existing male-female wage differential, as well as the traditional division of labor in the household. And we think that until these disparities are taken into account, there will be no such things as improved livelihoods for all, for women and men, be it in Africa, also in the EU.
Then based on our analysis, both FEMNET and WIDE, we feel that there should be serious commitment on the side of the EU and African countries to effectively address this gender blindness in trade and investment areas. And also, we also noted that the problem with trade liberalization is not just because they are gender blind and that they lack substantial resource allocation to promote gender equality, but it is the paradigm which they promote that is wrong and unworkable, a paradigm that is centered on neoliberalism.
Other options would include, for example, in our perception, investment promotion assistance to local producers, cooperation on policing foreign investors' behavior, which is quite different from what we have been talking is happening, and allowing space for regional and national policies to ensure maximum benefits for local citizens as one.
We also think that trade and investment policies should reevaluate the grassroots of the economy, giving support to local and regional production. What we're saying actually here is that we claim for fair trade rules that are based on principles that include human rights and social justice, rights to protect industries regarding food sovereignty, and decent work with policies targeting the informal sector and most vulnerable ones, among other issues.
We think that we need to encourage the formulation and the support of strategic actions for women in the productive sectors, such as trade, entrepreneurship, management, and local product processing, as well as provide tools for better mastery of the new legal provisions and mechanisms that facilitate access to financial resources and other production factors within Africa, and this in order to increase women's economic power in the fight against poverty.
Okay, we have the last one for civil society, which we are recommending that the civil society organizations in the EU and Africa should deepen their networking. This is a good example that we should also build on in order to be able to function as an oversight mechanism for this partnership.
So thank you very much for this innovative teamwork on a